Hi everyone, my name is Jim Willows. My phone number is 925-519-8298. My contact information is jwcalifo@gmail.com. Should you have any questions after the presentation, you wish to contact me. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about an introduction to networking. I know that most of you have been using networks for many years, and you understand a little bit about them. We're going to try and help you understand a little bit more about them today. Topics we'll be covering today include data, voice, and video, the basic components of communications. I'll also talk about network devices and cables, including many of the devices which you have encountered at home and at work throughout your career. I'll also go into a little bit of detail about networks and subnets, because many of us have heard this term, but we're not really exactly sure what it means. Then I'll be summarizing everything, and then we'll have a fun little fun time activity to do. The goal of this presentation is to make you, all of you, more comfortable with the networks you currently use. Let's start by talking a little bit about data, voice, and video. First of all, let's start with a little poll. Who here has worked on a computer? Who here has worked on a network? Who has set up their own internet connection or troubleshooted a problem with their internet connection? Great. Who has a home network with a wireless router? And great. Okay, you put your hands down now. Thank you for that. I'd also like to briefly touch upon what is social networking. Can anyone answer that for me?
It's a way of exchanging information from different social groups.
Perfect.
So like Facebook, LinkedIn, those are professional networks that other professional agencies can use.
That's exactly right. Anne said that social networking, for example, Facebook, is used to exchange information from one person to another. It's exactly what it is. That's exactly what networking is. We call this passing of information from one person to another communication. Communication has been present in our society and in all societies for as long as anyone can remember, I assure you. Up until around the 1800s, primitive communications were all that there really was, and we'll go into a little bit about what that means in a second, until around the 1820s when electricity was harnessed. This brought about a new age of electrical non-digital communications, things such as analog telephones and voice amplification. And around the 1950s, digital communications, the digital age of communications, came into play when we discovered the ability to use binary ones and zeros to represent information. Here we have a scene from probably could have been 1,000 years ago even, and two castles are visible here. Can you see any evidence of a possible communication that could have occurred in this scenario? Can anyone name something? Brian?
It looks like there may be a flag on one of those towers.
That is correct, and that flag on that tower, they could have put up one flag indicating that things were good, and another flag indicating that things were not good. So that's a perfect example. If you'll notice that there is also actually another tower right around there, far off in the distance, and you can it's easy to imagine that this could have been one of the first communication networks that existed in the world.